Hello once again, fellow friends. Even though the Every Bit Count challenge is done, we are still plugging away here. This week, we got some banana peppers out of the garden. So, it's not a huge one to can, but we can pickle them. So I take 1 cup of water, 1.5 cups of vinegar, because we like them a bit more tart, tangy, sharp, if you will. If you don't, then don't add the extra 1/2 cup. Then we add a 1/4 cup of sugar to that, a little bit of salt. I'm going to go put this on the stove and get that heating up while we chop up these banana peppers. I am reusing old pickle jars. So if you have old pickle jars, don't throw them out. Reuse them. They're glass. They're good. Just clean them and you can reuse them. Have not, waste not, reuse, recycle. Let's keep things out of our landfill if we can. So I'm just going to cut up these banana peppers into rings. I'm going to fill up these 2 jars. The 1 cup of vinegar and 1 cup of water is going to fill up one of these jars. When we are done, you'll see that one is slightly darker because I used white sugar in one, and in the other one I used cane sugar. I want to see if there's a difference. But then I took 1 onion and I split that up among the 2 jars. I took 4 cloves of garlic and I stuck 2 cloves in one and 2 in the other. Save all your little bits, put them in the freezer. I'm going to make stock out of all this. I am hoarding my scraps, and onion broth is coming. We're going to make a big pot of onion broth and we're going to can it. But we don't want to lose those seeds because they're good seeds. They're plants that produced this year that we started in the wintertime and planted outside. So we don't have to buy seeds next year. The seeds that sink to the bottom of the water are the ones you want to keep. So I'm going to strain them out and I'm going to put them on paper towel. I'm going to let them dry for about 2 days on the countertop. And then I'm going to put them in a little plastic baggie. I am going to put them in the refrigerator for a few days and then take them out and put them in a nice envelope. This week was nice and cool, so we ran the freeze dryer a lot. We're going to finish these onions up that we started the previous week. Here Nathan is closing up the freeze dryer and getting it started. We're going to run these onions. Madison is going to help jar them up for me. Again, we're keeping all these onion bits. Onion broth. That's coming. These are our last 4 that we need to put in our pantry to last us all year. All winter, I should say. Potatoes were on sale. We got a 10-pound bag of potatoes for $1.99. So, I bought like 10 of them. And we spent this entire week canning potatoes. So we would peel the potatoes. We put them in the jar. We'd add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Put our lids and rings on them. And we would pressure can them for 40 minutes. Don't waste those peels. You can turn them into French fries. This is just the peels with some olive oil, some salt, some pepper, and some garlic. Bake it in the oven at 400 degrees until they're at your liking of crispiness. My kids kind of like them more on the floppy side, but me and Michael like them more on the crispy side. So we'll make 2 trays, one of floppy fries and one more of a crispy fry. So here's our peeled potatoes, our 7 jars. We put our potatoes in there. We debubbled them. Madison is adding the salt quite nicely. She just scoops that off, plops it in. Then we will put our lids and rings on, finger tight. Do not bring out Hercules or Xena. Keep those gods and those arms off into the cabinet somewhere until the part where you're going to need them in stringing up something or building something, but you do not need them to put these lids and rings on. As you can see, Madison does quite a good job about putting them on finger tight. They also don't take long to do. So some nights, if I get home early, we end up getting 2 rounds of potatoes in. And some nights I get home late and we get 1 round of potatoes in. But also, we are going to do more with these potato skins. We're going to boil them until they kind of almost want to fall apart, but not quite fall apart. We're going to drain that off, and then we are going to give them an ice bath. I'm going to put them on the freeze drying trays, and we are going to run the freeze dryer with the peels. And then we're going to bring them out of the freeze dryer, and we're going to put them in the blender. And you're going to put them in the blender, and they're going to turn into a powder. So in your beef stew, when you need to thicken it up some, you can add potato powder. Awesome, right? Or if you want, you can just take out the potatoes, add a little bit of milk, add a bit of butter, and warm them up and have mashed potatoes. This is the same thing that if you'd go to the store and buy that little pouch where you add your water, your butter, and heat it up. Same thing. So none of the potatoes went to waste. Also, these little things, if you don't get them on quite right, you don't go straight down, then the little flat gets stuck in it, and Madison just demonstrated that sometimes they get stuck. But it's great. These things suck out all the air out of your containers and keep them airtight for you. So we have dried mashed potatoes in our pantry. Here's Nathan putting more of the labels on all of these potatoes. This night we did 2 batches. Sometimes Nathan likes to get a little outside the box here, and he'll put on the labels upside down. He says it's for if you're standing on your head, you can read them too. Sometimes where kids get things, I don't know. Why would you be standing on your head to grab a jar of potatoes off of the canning shelf? Here we are, filling our final bottom row here of potatoes. We got our top row right above Madison and this row of potatoes. I think we are set on potatoes. Looking good. We also moved off to the garlic. All the garlic that we harvested from our garden that we had those 22 pounds of, finally cured. All of it turned out great. So we peeled off the paper. Don't throw that paper away. No, no, no. Put it in your freezer. You're going to use that to make stock. Chicken stock, onion stock, beef stock. Doesn't matter. It's still has the good garlic flavor in it. Don't throw it away. Put it in a baggie. Put it in the freezer. But we took all 22 pounds and we peeled them. We stuck them in our freeze dryer. And we freeze dried almost all that garlic. Not all of it fit on these trays. We had a little bit left over. So we took out some butter. We put it in the blender. And we infused our butter with garlic. After it comes out of the freeze dryer, it is almost like rice cakes, if you will. So we put it in the blender and we blended it up. Now we have homegrown garlic powder on the shelves. I kept some garlic off to the side so we can use it in fresh eating. And Nathan here has fun blending up all this garlic. He looks so spiffy in his new glasses. Give us a like down below or a comment about Nathan's amazing new glasses. He's still getting used to them. We're still trying to get him to wear them all the time. If you have any tricks or tips on getting 6-year-olds to wear their glasses continuously like they're supposed to, let me know. Please give me a comment below. Because he likes to take them off and kind of hide them some places, or take them off and go, I'm not wearing them. I'm like, you have to wear them. It's pretty powdery from the blender, but you don't get that garlic like hit you in the face smell, but you do get that when you're chopping it all up. It's like poof garlic. Wipe your rims, make sure there's no powder on them so you get that good seal. Work that vacuum sealer. Again, it's great. It gets everything out. If you want, you can also pop a oxygen absorber in these. But these are going to go in the back of my pantry. And I am pretty sure that they are going to be completely fine. They were last year when we did this without oxygen absorbers. But if you feel like it, go ahead and put them in there. He is so scared that these little lids are going to come off. And I was toying with him like, they're not going to come off. They're not going to come off. And I turned it upside down and he was like, no. But then these 2 cups of garlic was left over that did not fit on the trays that we already blended up. So we are going to put 6 sticks of butter in here and we are going to blend it all up. It takes a while because you have to keep pushing the butter back down in. But garlic infused butter. Now, when this was starting to go, the garlic aroma was coming out. It smelled so good. I love the smell of fresh chopped minced garlic. As you see, it just kind of turns into butter. It is butter and is turning more into butter with garlic. So we're going to put these on our butter sheets. Remember, waste not, save everything. So we're going to put these back on the butter sheets. Do they look like when you bought them from the store? No. They look mangled and a mess and not very pretty. but they taste good. And when you are making eggs, just take a chop of that and put it in your pan, and you got garlic infused butter when you're making your eggs. Or if you're sauteing your green peppers, or you have some onions and you want some garlic, it's already in there. It is a fast and easier step that you don't have to do. As you see, it doesn't look pretty, but it works. Also this week, we had 9 of our meat rabbits that became of weight. So off into freezer camp they go. And there are many different ways that you can make rabbits. It's just like eating chicken, and you'd make it just like you make chicken. And the best thing about it is it's all dark meat, so it absorbs more flavor than what your chicken does. And if you don't have property that allows chickens, you can have rabbits. They're quiet, they don't eat much, and they produce quickly. And if you know how to butcher them and cut them up, you can have fresh organic rabbit in your freezers instead of going to the grocery store. We do have chickens as well, but we also have rabbits. And our rabbits do outperform our chickens. You can also make barbecued pulled rabbit. It tastes just like barbecue pulled chicken. You can make rabbit stew, just like you'd make chicken stew or chicken soup. You would just make it with rabbit. So I quartered half these rabbits up, and I left half of them whole, and we put them in freezer camp. And of course, at the end of every week, Madison makes yogurt. She goes through a gallon of yogurt a week. Pretty much just her. But I thought it was really cute because she sets up the cutting board on the stool so she doesn't have to go up and down off the counter. And she'll do this with cookies. I've videoed her doing this before on other things. But when she knows how to make it, she just sets this whole little contraption counter up herself and just goes to town. And one day, I'm going to record it where she's actually talking, because she literally talks and explains what she's doing as if she's explaining it to somebody who does not know what she's doing and how to do it. So it's interesting. I'm going to move that over just because now that there's no counterweight on the other side. Don't want it to spill. That'd be a waste of yogurt. Madison would be so sad. She is the little go-getter. She's like, I'm going to get my stool. I put it up here. I put this on. I move it over. And that was our week. Thank you for joining us. Like always, please like, subscribe, send it to somebody who might enjoy watching it. Always, thank you, and we'll see you next week here on our homestead. Bye.